What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist, and I'm here with
Gershwin.
Today we're back at it to answer more questions from you guys, the community, in another enticing episode of For the Greater.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put question in front of your question because we get those questions first.
I never noticed, but I feel like if I make the wall noise long enough, I'd probably throw up.
Probably, yeah, right. And then you stick your finger down your throat.
Well, I mean, it won't be a finger.
This question comes from Don Krill. If the factions of the 40K universe did a vote, what faction would be the most disliked or hated? So we're going to take this two ways. First, let's talk about what you said, like if the 40K factions in the universe took a vote to get rid of a faction. But then I also want to talk about like what the fan base seems to hate.
Oh, I could already know what the fans would choose.
Yeah. Now let's do the harder one, the lore one.
Yeah. So lore-wise, I feel like it's based on a popularity contest. Who has the most, basically, population? And I feel like the Tyranids probably have that in the bag.
Yeah.
And what would they downvote or hate the most? Probably the Necrons.
Your chaos, yeah.
Well, I figure the Necrons because they don't have biomass to consume. At least with Chaos, you can still eat the fleshy parts of like the Chaos Space Marines.
Yeah. I agree. Yep.
But in terms of like without putting the hive mind on a pedestal, I think it'd be Chaos. Chaos would probably be voted out.
Yeah, I could see them voting out chaos. I would actually see them voting out Tyranids. Yeah, because I think Tyranids are a bigger threat
To everybody.
Yeah.
Because with Chaos, I was thinking this is a faction that kind of lures you in with like, ooh, we've got cookies and tentacles and
boobs.
Yeah, 3 sets of them.
Yeah.
So that's kind of very alluring, and that's going to take away from the other factions. But yeah, Tyranid seems to be that cloudy, rainy day when you guys want to go outside.
But those two factions, I think, are the truest evil in 40K.
Yeah.
Where you have, or like, not even true evil, but like...
Well, I mean, yeah, Tyranids aren't evil. They're just hungry.
Yeah, none, like, just chaotic, I guess. And now in terms of the fan base, Tau Empire, yeah.
And I think people say that because the Tau are the least grim dark. Like when you look at their sleek and shiny futuristic robots, you don't think, oh, this is a grim dark future where people are dying left and right. Because oftentimes they're not.
Yeah, and also I think like it's funny because most groups or most like little like cliques need a punching bag within most communities, and the Tau Empire is that. If you take away the Tau Empire, I think the next punching bag would be the Eldar. Because the Eldar are kind of pointless.
Yeah,
they're just
At this point, they're just a dying race that hasn't died. Even GW has given up on updating their line.
Yep.
Yeah, they still need their codex to come out.
Yep.
Yeah, so maybe they will get an update.
So comment down in the comment section below. Let us know what your most hated faction in the 40K universe is.
I could already see the fan base. It's GW.
Yeah, GW itself.
Yeah, look at what they're doing. They're ruining the game. They're ruining creators.
Things happen in cycles. Don't forget, guys, that this happened like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Where GW did the same. Well, GW's legal team did the same thing.
Yeah. So we just gotta ride out the storm. But the thing that I don't get, it's like they said, oh, in 8th edition, this is the new GW for the community. And then look what happens like an edition later.
Yeah, that's true. Mendigos.
Right?
This question comes from Tommy Falcon.
Hey.
Would the Imperium and Chaos... Oh, wait, we already did this. What about Trorton? What is your top 3 favorite factions, including those that are not armies in the game?
Top 3?
Yeah.
More of a bottom 3. Top 3 factions in the game, or that aren't even included in the game?
Yep.
All right, so number 1 definitely has got to be the Tau. I've always liked the Tau's look because weeaboos. I like the look of their Forge World battlesuits, not so much the ones in 30K or 40K. Moving from there, I really like Chaos. Just all the demon engines specifically, and just knowing that you could take a demon and put it into this mechanical monstrosity and just create something so much more than the sum of its parts is pretty badass. And then the third one, I never knew what they're called, but they're you see them in the Horus Heresy novels. The Blood Angels are fighting against this Xeno race, and they look like white squigs, but they don't have eyes, and they have like massive jaws.
Yeah.
I gotta look into that more. Like, I've always liked the look of these things, and they look pretty badass, but I never...
Yeah, I think they went extinct.
Probably. I mean, if they're fighting against them, chances are they wiped them out.
Yeah. I think for me, my top 3 factions is number 1, Navigators. I really like the concept of the warp and having a human who evolved the ability to look into the warp. Number 2, the Ecclesiarchy, because the older I get, the more I appreciate like the aesthetic that GW was trying to like emulate, which is like the old school Roman Catholic, sometimes like Eastern European, like but still religious aesthetic that they tied into the Ecclesiarchy, into the Imperial Creed and all that kind of stuff, with like people whipping their backs and stuff like that. That's kind of cool.
Hey, I know about that.
There you go. But that whole thing of like cathedrals, cathedrals, and then just like what is it called? Mass something like whips and chains and shit.
Oh, masochism?
Yeah.
Or My Saturday Nights?
But to like a religious sense.
Yeah.
So like the Da Vinci Code with the guy who does the thing on his leg. Have you seen?
I've never seen any of the Da Vinci Codes. None of the national treasures.
Think of just basically like a band that he puts around his thigh.
Like what?
Like a choke chain.
Oh, okay.
Like for dogs. And like he tightens it every time, and it digs into his muscle, and it causes pain every time it walks. So like he puts a robe on, but he's whipped and he's just like in pain and stuff like that. And I feel like that's something that the Ecclesiarchy would do.
Yeah,
and
I could see
like
that.
Or no reason to.
Or the Imperial Fists.
Yeah. And also the Adeptus Mechanicus. For similar reasons. It's just like they're combining technology and religion. I love it.
Yeah, it's cool. Jason Johnson. Do you think the Imperium of Man can survive all the threats it's facing and eventually begin to grow again and become what the Emperor envisioned? Side note, the chicken came before the egg because the chicken came out of an egg laid by an animal that is not a chicken. The egg is not a chicken egg because a chicken didn't lay it.
No, but there's a chicken inside, so it's a chicken egg. No empieces.
Va a empezar. But yeah, the Imperium, do you think they could take on everything they're going up against and still become what the Emperor intended them to be? No. It's grim. This is a grim, dark future. It's supposed to be no hope, no chances of betterment. Because anytime something seems like it's going good, something else has to come and squash it.
Yeah.
So for example, say the Imperium is pushing back chaos, the Tyranids are on the run, it seems like they're going to become another superpower once again in the universe, but then the old ones come back. Or something else is going to happen cataclysmically that's going to keep on quelling the status quo of the Imperium to rise.
Yes.
Quo.
Like Cuomo.
First level druid. Are there any instances at all of romantic love in either 30 or 40K between any Astartes? And I mean actual love, not familial love or love out of respect or the love of a comrade or battle brother. Are Space Marines incapable of romantic love?
I've never come across it, no.
No, yeah. Because Space Marines, their physiology, their indoctrinations, everything that a Space Marine does is for battle.
Yep.
They're meant to be weapons of war, tools of war, is what the Emperor wanted them to be. So why would you want a tool that knows love? That's just going to stop the tool from doing its job, and so that's why Space Marines don't have penises.
Exactly. That's why my fleshlight is just a tool.
Mm-hmm.
It does not love me.
Mm-mm.
Next question comes from Take. Do you think old One Eye is a perpetual? My theory is that it is, due to how little sense it would make to waste biomass to make an already damaged in-pair unit, as well as how there's been multiple reports / killings just for it to reappear entirely different sector. No, but the old One Eye is not a perpetual because he comes from a specific hive fleet.
Mhm.
If you destroy that hive fleet, that memory or that information to build old One Eye goes away.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all the hive mind and the tendrils, and it's all one big organism. And if you take out that portion of the organism, it's like it goes away.
Right.
A all the way to Z, giving us input on the previous For the Greater Walls that switched up the setting, the style.
Yeah. The
So-
recording style.
Yeah, so this is what he has to say. The kitchen has a gloomy and solemn atmosphere. It's got the vibe of a movie set in the Rust Belt or a fishing community in New England. Possibly a TV movie with Mark Wahlberg as an angry younger brother who's always getting into trouble.
I know that movie, yeah.
Yeah, you really put me in the setting. You should be a writer.
Yeah.
I felt like I was right there.
Oh, he
yeah.
doesn't have a question.
No, he's just giving us input. A lot of you guys really like the aesthetic.
Yeah.
It's nice.
We were gonna do that today, but I feel like shit, so I couldn't. I couldn't get myself to do it.
Is it like hot shit or like?
Yes, like I feel like I'm like internally heating up, but I don't have a fever, which is weird. Is it hot in here?
No.
Yeah, it's weird. Andrea Necci, could what happened to humans with AI also happen to the Tau? He's talking about the men of iron.
Los hombres de hierro.
I mean, yeah, I guess kind of. Viruses like chaotic viruses could happen on the AI of the Tau. I don't see it happening though. I don't think GW wants to take that route.
Yeah, because then it's like they're copying the Imperium, and it's just like, oh, what's next? Are they gonna go through their own like dark eras and whatnot? And are they gonna get Primaris Tau and all that? So no, I think they want to keep the Tau separate from the events of humanity.
Yeah, I agree. Next question.
This one's by Chris 3D. Do you guys think that the movie Event Horizon could be canon? After all, it basically depicts a ship going into the warp and back. It is officially inspired from 40K.
Yes, it could be the very first time that humanity experiments with warp travel.
Yeah, and it's confirmed that like the director, the writers like knew about 40K and were heavily inspired by it.
Yep.
I even think they might have tried to make it like official 40K stuff, but GW being GW, they're like, nah, we decide what we want.
Yeah, even if what you guys are producing is amazing.
Right.
We're jealous because we didn't come up with it.
Mendigos.
This question comes from Dragon Lowitz. Could there ever be a Space Marine chapter made entirely of blank / pariahs, sort of like negative Grey Knight Space Marine chapters? It used to be the Exorcist, but then the lore changed.
Yeah. Now they're just successors of the Imperial Fists.
Which makes perfect sense.
Mendigos.
Yes.
But who knows? Maybe in the future we'll find something. Tommy Falcon, 100% rad. Does the Imperium have a plan for the Emperor? Or are they just kind of standing around hoping somebody else figures out how to make him not all gross and dead? Pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah, he's too holy of a being to be poked and prodded and tested on. So they're just kind of standing there waiting for him to fix himself, really.
And you have to compare the way humanity sees the Emperor is the way that a lot of people see like a god in a religion, in the sense that like my weak mind cannot conceptualize the thoughts of what like God is thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, it puts a halt to ingenuity and innovation when it comes to that field.
Right.
So instead of sitting down and thinking about like, okay, how can I repair the Emperor? They say, no, like I can't do anything. His godliness is like supreme.
My feeble mind cannot fathom what the Emperor is doing. It may seem that he's dead and decomposing, but in reality, he's got a plan.
Yeah.
A greater power that we will all know whenever the time is right.
Yep.
Mendigos.
This question goes from Din Tran. What's the most expensive model you have?
Heidi Klum?
Yeah.
Oh, not those models.
She's hiding in your closet?
I'm trying to think. Probably an Imperial Knight.
How much are Imperial Knights? Like 150?
Something like that.
When did you buy it though? Because I feel like Knights used to be cheaper.
Yeah, I've had it for like 3-4 years.
Oh, so
And I got it off eBay too, so that was probably even cheaper. So maybe it's not even that.
yeah, I want to say like 135. How much is a Land Raider?
I don't think they're that expensive. They're probably like $60 now.
Oh damn, never mind then.
We don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I have that like expensive. I don't have things that are very expensive now.
I know there's a player in our group who always buys expensive stuff. He bought a Bane blade.
Yeah.
And then he bought that, I don't even know what it's called, that Necron construct from Forge World.
The Necron construct.
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
It's like he could have bought what was that? Pangonian?
Oh, Patagonian Cavi.
Mm-hmm.
Could have.
But no, he chose to get that construct.
Yeah.
We could have had a marsupial rodent thing in this household.
Could have.
But no, he has a half-finished construct.
Yeah. Who is thinking of selling?
Right.
Next question.
John Diaz says, the dude with the cap looks buff. Good shit, bro. What's your job, UPS or Amazon?
Damn. You think UPS and Amazon drivers are buff? I've seen the people who deliver Amazon and UPS are always skinny because they're like running around. Let me think. Like what career path like guarantees that you're gonna be a big buff dude? Like a fisherman, maybe?
Nah, because you're not doing any. Well, if you're like going out to like the Atlantic and fishing, then yeah.
I don't
a
think
lumberjack.
A lumberjack, yeah, maybe.
Because you got to be able to like hoist wood and stuff like that.
Yeah. But maybe not even because like I feel like every single, even the ones that are supposed to be buff, like if you're a fitness dude, like I've seen a lot of personal trainers that are like insignificant, and then like you ask them like, well, you don't ask them, but you kind of like listen, and then they're like, yeah, I'm going for not for looks but for health and stuff like that. That's code for like I don't try. I got a degree in personal training. Now I'm a personal trainer, but I eat like shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next question comes from Dunk Krill. Name the countries you guys have visited. Go.
United States. I think it's just the U.S. and Mexico, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got U.S., Mexico, Poland. That was fun.
Bologna.
I actually went to a hobby store in Poland. People were really, really friendly. They were cool. I think it was in Gdansk. I think that's what it's called. And then we were there for a festival. And then Italy, France, UK. I didn't go to Warhammer World. That kind of sucked. People in the UK are mean. like you guys are mean to each other. It was very weird to see.
That's how they show love.
Yeah. And it wasn't just like, oh, one experience. It was multiple experiences of you guys just like trashing each other. Really nice to me. They're nice to tourists, but like not to each other. And then Spain. Spain is amazing. I would move to Spain if I could. I mean, I could.
Yeah, I mean, what's stopping you?
My own mental thoughts.
Yeah, it's a good thing you didn't ask us what states we've been to. Depression, anxiety.
Mm-hmm. Those are my favorite, though.
Idaho.
Next question.
Uh,
Din Tran says, is there a named chaos unit that can suck and devour souls of others? I can see someone collecting souls to buy chaos boons.
I mean, I feel like every chaos faction could essentially do that. There's like chaotic rituals and stuff like that does suck out souls.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, whenever you have a demon engine being made, that involves the sucking of demon souls and putting into the demon engine.
Yeah, but I think the most popular sucker of souls has to be probably demonettes, right? When they get down the...
Mm-hmm.
Or what are those corn dudes with like the tracks? It's like the torso of like a axe.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Cleaver. It's a giant cleaver.
about. Yeah. They're not chitons, because those are the ones that have feet. But they're essentially half a chiton, but with a tanked treads.
Yeah. Those are specifically consuming souls as they go along.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of reminds me of that D&D creature, the one with, like he walks around and puts souls or bodies on his back.
Oh,
I
yeah.
forget what it's called.
David.
David, yeah. David, as they call him. Last question.
This one's by Brian B., brother to Bridget. Can the Emperor look into a navigator's third eye?
Only if he licks it first.
Mm-hmm.
Comment down in the comment section below. Have you ever licked someone's eye? And if you haven't, give it a try and let us know what happens. Or bite someone's teeth.
Yeah, the thing is, if you look into a navigator's eye, they suck your soul.
Well, yeah, because you're looking straight into the warp.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, can the Emperor handle it? Probably, yeah. He's the Emperor. He can handle anything.
Yeah, you could probably see himself in there, because like he's manifesting in the warp, and like he's in a half-dead state.
Maybe it's like that situation from Big Fish. Have you ever seen the movie Big Fish?
Just little fish.
Yeah. Where, like, in the beginning of the movie, the boy looks into the witch's eye and then sees his death.
Oh, it's scary. I'm not gonna watch that.
No, it's actually a really cool movie, and it has the dude from who's Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Wait, no, is it Obi-Wan?
Ewan McGregor.
Yeah. Good actor.
He is.
And those are the questions for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have more questions for us, comment down in the comment section below. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
As always, this has been the Sound Alchemist,
Gershwin.
and we are out.
Oh, I guess I put my freedom